Rahi and the Patupairehe. Once upon a time, there was a man called Rahi Tutakahina. He had a beautiful wife named Tiara Kurapakiwai. One day, when Tiara was gathering plants in the forest, the Patupairehe carried her off. They put a spell on the forest so that the trees sprouted thick vines. None of Tiara's tribe could find a way through the vines to follow her. Rahi was determined to find Tiara. He built a huge manu tangata and loaded it with moa eggs packed in ki as food for his journey. Then he set off to find his wife. Tawharimatia, god of the wind, sent a breeze that lifted Rahi high into the air. As it rose higher, the manu tangata tipped sideways, dropping some of the moa eggs into the nest of Namu, the giant hokioi. Namu's hungry chicks eagerly ate the eggs. Then the manu tangata set Rahi gently down in a clearing in the forest. When Tiara was being dragged through the forest, she had bent back the leaves of the silver ferns. The leaves made a silver trail for Rahi to follow, and he set off after her. The Patupairehe knew that Rahi was chasing them. Their tohunga cast more spells. First, a fiery sun burned the forest trees. Then a strong wind blew. The land became a desert of sand. Rahi was very tired and thirsty. He reached a huge yellow rock and threw one of his ki onto it. The modi of the ki turned the bare rock to a cool green. While Rahi rested in the shade of the rock, Namu, the giant hokioi, landed beside him. The hokioi cooled Rahi's face with water from her beak. Suddenly, an enormous lizard appeared. The lizard circled the rock, digging a deep channel. The channel filled with water, and the lizard changed into a taniwha. It swam round and round the rock. Rahi was trapped. Night plunged the rock into darkness. It became so cold that Rahi and Namu almost froze to death. But Namu still tried to warm Rahi with her feathers. Gradually, a bridge of ice formed between the rock and the shore. Rahi climbed onto Namu's back, and together they crossed the bridge. Just as they reached the shore, the taniwha attacked. Rahi and Namu managed to escape, and the taniwha destroyed itself. Rahi found his way back home and gathered his tribe to help him search for Tiara. At last, they found the volcano where she was hidden. Rahi and his people blocked up the vents of the volcano. It became so hot that the Patupairehe were forced out into the open, bringing Tiara with them. The volcano erupted and the tohunga was thrown into the sky. Rahi's tribe and the Patupairehe gathered on the shores of the lake that had formed around the rock where Rahi had been trapped. They agreed to make peace. Instead of fighting, they invented a game that everyone could play. The game was carried in the fog and swept on the wind. In time, it reached all of Aotearoa. The game was Kia Rahi. Based on the story of Rahi and Tiara, the ki in the game represents the ki in which Rahi carried the eggs. The tupu represents the rock that sheltered Rahi. Tiara represents the pathway of silver leaves left by Tiara as she was carried off by the Patupairehe. And that is the story of Rahi and the Patupairehe and the beginnings of the game that is Kia Rahi.